Turning now to this crime report, more on Epstein's hearings, but this one not on Capitol Hill and not led by the committee chairman. Democrats on the House Oversight Committee are holding an unofficial field hearing in West Palm Beach over Jeffrey Epstein's saga. Let's get out to our crime correspondent, Jason Mattera, who's live outside City Hall in West Palm Beach with more details. Jason.
Yeah, Bianca, so they're calling it a shadow hearing. It's basically an unsanctioned congressional hearing, doesn't carry the full weight of a congressional hearing. It's a tool used by the party not in power, in this case the Democrats, in order for them to garner publicity, but they don't have subpoena power. Anyone who so they can't force anyone to testify. It's those who want to participate voluntarily. And unlike a real congressional hearing, we found out it's not open to the public. We went there and Newsmax was not on the approved list. Now, for the last 2 hours, Democrats have been hearing from Epstein's victims, including women who say they were underage when Epstein began sexually abusing them, and others who were young adults when Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell groomed and coerced them, they say, into sexual activity. Here's one, Courtney Wild, recounting her experience.
When I was 14 years old, I was abused by Jeffrey Epstein. He abused me until I was 17 years old. What happened to me was terrible, but what happened after that by our own government changed my life just as much. I filed a case under the Crime Victims' Rights Act because government secretly made a deal with Jeffrey Epstein. They signed a non-prosecution agreement. They made the deal behind closed doors. They never told me, and they never told any of us.
And that happened nearly 20 years ago right here in Palm Beach County. Epstein received a sweetheart deal that included a federal non-prosecution agreement over sex trafficking involving minors. Instead, he was allowed to plead guilty to lesser state offenses that were prostitution-related. He served roughly 13 months in the Palm Beach County Jail, much of it with work release privileges. But if you're wondering whether this hearing is aimed at preventing the next Epstein-style sweetheart deal or scoring political points against President Donald Trump, Democrats' own press release gives away the game. The ranking member on the House Oversight Committee, Robert Garcia, is running the hearing today, said in announcing it that President Trump is mentioned in the Epstein files thousands of times, but he refuses to answer any questions about his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein, as well as claims throughout the hearing this morning, Bianca, that the administration is leading a cover-up about Epstein, something that has been echoed over and over again at this shadow hearing. One attorney for the Epstein victims has testified. Another attorney, actually for Epstein victims, he refused to testify. And it was interesting. He said, listen, I've been looking out for Epstein victims for years now, locally based. And he says, I just don't want to participate in another photo op on the back of survivors that's going to further exploit them. So that's what critics are saying, is you're not trying to get to the bottom of anything with this shadow hearing. It's just all political theater. Bianca?
All right, and we've seen that before. From the left, Jason Mattera, great to have you with us. Appreciate it.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.